That people will seriously not like you because other people like you. A lady once told me once,
got the nerve to respond and say, if you don't come in today, you're gonna be terminated. Okay, bitch, and I blocked her. So
what caused me to say that?
Girl, get over yourself. There's plenty of young girls that work here way younger than you.
What caused me to say that? I saw them. They probably bowed down to you, but I'm not gonna do that.
We didn't ask you to bow down.
Yeah.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Huh? Yes.
look at you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. So I have some crazy stories for you guys about how people are getting fired at work, not because of the time that we're living in right now, because of other people at their job who are just miserable. I don't know if it's because they're younger and they're afraid that the young people are going to come and take up their job. These are a lot of CNAs who are telling their stories, and as someone who used to work as a CNA,
y'all, I had to learn that people will seriously not like you because other people like you. A lady once told me one time, she was like, Flo, you have this aura, this personality, you know, this thing about you. She was like, and people don't like that. She was like, you walk in rooms, you know what I'm saying? You make people smile. A lot of people always, they ask for you, stuff like that. She was like, you have people, you got bad spirits around you that does not like that. Like, they do not like that. And I just realized that today. Like, y'all, I just realized that today. So, today I got fired on my day off. Y'all, I've been at this job for about 3 weeks now, right? I work in healthcare. I work in a nurse home. 3 weeks, and literally every resident in there is crazy about me. So I be telling the residents, call me Big Flo, because I'm Big Flo, the biggest. And like, I have aides coming up tell me all the time, be like, girl, so-and-so been asking about you. I'm so tired of hearing your name, this and that. Literally the other day, I had to go to another hall because they was like, one of the residents was screaming my name. And another resident was irritated and was hollering like, shut up or whatever. But I can't help it, y'all. Like, I really can't help it. But yeah, so like, I come up in the building, up in the dining room, and like, literally, like, the residents literally be going crazy, like, Big Flo, Big Flo. And some residents will refuse care from others. You know, if they know I'm working that shift or whatever, they will refuse care and be like, no, I won't Flo, this and that. Like, I can't help it. I cannot help that. So I'm guessing like the lady said, people don't like that. Some people don't like that. Y'all, so I bust my tail. I picked up 2 16-hour shifts this weekend. Bust my tail because so many residents was asking for me and stuff like that. So I'm running here, running there, running. I'm doing like everything I can. Me and another coworker or whatever. I really don't know what all went down, but the nurse was all, in the beginning, she was all high and mighty, and oh my God, I just love Flo, and oh, please pick she wanted me back with her the next day, like she wanted me to have the same group so we could work together, whatever. Cool, I'm like, okay, I'm locked in with the nurse. So the next day comes, yesterday, and she, you know what I'm saying, she know I'm cool, but she thought I was cool, like, she was asking me to do everything, like, and the person that I am, I do it, you know what I'm saying? Every time somebody asked me to do something, I was doing this. All Saturday, this woman broke my back. Flo, can you do this? Flo, can you do that? Yes, ma'am, no problem, girl, I got you, yeah, girl. Like, everybody know me, I be dancing all the time. That's why the residents really be crazy, because I be dancing for them and stuff. Anyway, so come after that girl worked me like a dog all Saturday, the 16 hours, me and my other coworker. We come back the next day. We really was going to move, but she didn't want us to move. So, okay, we stayed on the same run or whatever so we could work with that nurse. She's still trying to work me like a dog, So, I finally had said something. I'm like, Ashley, her name is Ashley. I'm not going to lie, because the hoe got me fired. I'm like, Ashley, like, you're asking me to do certain stuff, like certain things is above your pay grade or whatever. I know you're a nurse, but, baby, you can get some ice water. You can get them a face towel. You can, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop coming to me and asking me doing simple stuff now because I'm nice. Stop doing that. So I guess she got a little mad or whatever because I said what I said to her. But, baby, I'm tired. I'm frustrated and you're not helping. You're taking advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? And she called and told. So administrator come do her rounds or whatever. She comes talking about, oh, well, this on 7-3 shift. When 3 to 11 shift go, I'm going to need you to move down to this hall. And I'm like, wow, like what I do? Like what's going on? You know, I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, nothing. She was like, I don't know. They just said to tell you, come there and tell you that you got to move. I'm like, baby, but I've been having this run yesterday for 16 hours and already today for 8 hours. I already got a routine. Why would I have to move? So Ashley comes wobbling her big ass around the corner talking about, oh, there's been a couple complaints. That's why you're moving. I'm like, well, bitch, what complaints? Let me know something so I can right my wrongs. Like, everything been cool all day up until I told you that you were being lazy and you were taking advantage of me. Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting complaints. So she was like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. She trying to argue with me in front of the administrator. She go talk about, and tell her how you were yelling up and down the hallway about how you're going home at 3 because you mad because you got the smoke break. Bitch, I wasn't mad I had the smoke break. I'm mad because somebody else had the smoke break and then you crossed their name out and put mine down. The smoke break was at 1:30. You come to me at 1:55 talking about, oh, I forgot. So-and-so got moved, and I put you down for smoke break, so I forgot. Oh, that's why I got mad, because, girl, now the residents finna be yelling and screaming at me, thinking I ain't want to take them out to smoke. Anyway, so I said, when she tried to say that in front of the administrator, I said, actually, you slick just tried to dry snitch. I said, but that's okay. We can talk about it later. She was like, what? This is what I'm saying. You've been having an attitude all day. You've been disrespectful all day. And I'm like, you are lying. I'm like, what is going on? Like, y'all was bamboozled. I was like, what is going on? Like, she just turned to a different person. I was just like, okay, Ashley, like, whatever. Like, it is what it is. So I go on my business. She go back behind the nurse station and another CNA back there talking to her, and I heard her say my name. I went back there to wash a cup out, pour the ice out, wash a cup out for a resident. I'm like, Ashley, why you back here saying my name and I'm not even back here to defend myself? She turned around and talk about, you've shown your true colors to me, Flo. You don't need to talk to me. Just go on down in the 300 hall like they told you to. And then she started laughing. I'm not gonna lie. I said, all right, Ashley, I'll whoop hoes in real life. And then I walked off. She called and told that I said that time I'm threatening her and claimed that residents was right there when I said it, when no, we was behind a nurse station and nobody was back there when I said it but me, you, and the other girl. So I call you. I get off. The next day I'm asleep. I get a text from the staff person, whatever, was like, DON want to talk to you today. I'm like, okay, I'm on my way up there right now. She told me, now I'll come at 2 o'clock. Baby, no, it's 12:30. I'm coming right now. Because I already know, like, I know how this go. What's up? So I go up in there, and then, what's her name? The administrator and the DON was like, come on up here. So she's like, what happened over the weekend? I had a great weekend. They worked the hell out of me, but I had a great weekend. My nurse was a little pushy, but we was okay. First of all, the nurse, I worked so hard. That nurse Ashley was feeding me arthritis Tylenol every 6 hours. Because I kept saying, like, oh, girl, like, my feet, my back was hurt. I had 7 Hoyer lifts, 4 feeders. Like, y'all, I was tired. My back was baroque. And we had 5 people on the hall. None of them hoes wanted to help. None of them hoes wanted to help. I went and literally asked 2 people. Like, hey, could you know what I'm saying, catch this, do this for me while I go do this? And they sat there and said, no. Dead ass told me, no. If it's Mr. So-and-so, oh, no. I'm not dealing with him. No. Swear to God, I could have been a bitch by going to tell about that. But now I was like, okay, whatever. Chuck it. Go ahead, just go handle it myself. Whatever. They come into the office and she's like, what's happening, baby? I had a great weekend. My nurse was a little pushy. She kept asking for stuff. And when I was a little bit too tired, my feet was hurting, I was like, hey, Ashley, I feel like that you can help with some stuff. You know, you kind of taking advantage of me. And when I called her out on that, she completely changed and got to saying that I was being lazy, this and that. Anyway, y'all, so this is the report that the DON got when she went in and asked Ashley. I said, no, go ask residents. Don't go ask the person I got into it with. I refuse to lay down a resident. I refuse to feed somebody. I refuse to get an alternate tray for another resident. I was cussing out loud in front of residents up and down the hallway. I did threaten Ashley. Yes, I did. When I said I would pose in real life. I took over an hour lunch break. I just was rude, disrespectful. She couldn't find me half the time. Baby, no, I couldn't find you because you was out there sucking them cigarettes every 30 minutes. But yeah, y'all, my name Craig. It's Monday, July 15th, and I just got fired on my day off. I'm really finna be done with healthcare. Like CNA, that shit finna be checked out. But I wanna let y'all know, happy hoes ain't hating and hating hoes ain't happy. Premiere, Springs at Premiere, whatever. Y'all count y'all motherfucking days, ho.
Hello everybody. So usually I don't make videos like this speaking about my real life because I'm just like, I'm very, very, very private, very private person. But you know, I feel like if I don't make this video, it's bigger than me. It's bigger than me. And so because it's bigger than me, I have to move myself out the way, and let you guys know what I just dealt with today. So this was my place that I was working at as a home health aide at a nursing home. And guys, these nursing homes need some better rules, because I was basically attacked in there by 2 older employees who did not want me to have a new job there out of fear of them being let go. So when I first came and did the application there, right, the same woman who ended up giving me an issue last night was the same woman who I came to speak to the owner of the place. The owner had told me over the phone to come there and talk to her. And when I got there, this lady, she told me that she met me at the door and she told me that the owner was not there. She was like, you know, maybe you could just leave your paperwork. You know, maybe you could just leave your paperwork and whatever. So I'm like, I just had this long conversation with the owner of the phone, with the phone, and she was like, yes, come by, come bring in your certifications and that blase. I come there, I'm told at the door, no, by an employee, mind you, no, don't, you know, she's not here. You could probably just bring in your paperwork. I mean, you could probably just leave your paperwork over there in the corner, but you know, she probably won't get to it, you know, it's not safe, so just take the paperwork actually. And so I just say, okay. I turn around, I leave. Fast forward, I actually end up calling the same place again about a week later through a Google search. And she answered, like I'm calling other different places, and she answers. And she was like, wait, didn't I speak to you already? She's a nice woman. And she remembered me, and I said, yeah, that was me. I came by, and she was like, oh my gosh, yes, you came by. And they told me that so-and-so was very mean to you, like the residents who live there. They said that she was very mean to you when she came, the residents as well as the other employees, and that she told you to leave. And I'm like, oh, so that wasn't just that I thought I was just, you know, overthinking it. But she told me, no, da. So I was like, okay, so let's try this again, but this time please let me know what time you'll be there, because I only want to meet with you. I'm used to, you know, at these type of home health aid, CNA jobs, these women who work at these places who are supposed to have love and care, they want to chew off the next woman's head. Like, and so I went there and I met with her. Sweetest lady that I've met in a very long time. The owner of the place was so sweet. She talked about how she cared for the patients so much, how she will make sure their blood pressure is, she makes sure that instead of just doing medicine or like focus on medicine, that she makes sure that their food is healthy. Like she goes above and beyond. She makes sure they get sunlight. She makes sure that she wants to stress that she wants them to move their body. She wants them to not have Alzheimer's. She wants them to stay so they don't just die. A lot of these nursing homes will let people just sit there and die. That's the truth. A lot of them don't move the adults. But this one, I could tell that the lady was, the owner of the place was very, very a kind-hearted woman who cared about the people that was there. And so I was immediately drawn to the place because I have a big heart myself, and this is why I do the field. A lot of people who do nursing care work or elderly work, they just do it for the money, or they just do it to be lazy and be on their phone. But I actually care for the elderly, and I care for people who can't do for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I care for people who have had a long life, and now they're old. They deserve respect. They deserve, to be treated good. Like, that's what I would want for me. That's what I would want for my mom. And so, she was on that. That's all she was going in on. Very sweet lady. So, boom. She tells me, okay, you can come in this weekend. We have this long conversation on the phone after that, after I bring in my stuff. And then we're talking about, she's kind of giving me the rundown of the place, the people. She's telling me how there's this lady there she's getting older and she doesn't want to leave, and she's kind of like snapping back at her. She's like in menopause at this time, but she's feeding you have, like, she's telling me things that I'm thinking, she's like, okay, but when you're here I can begin to cut their hours, and this, that, and the third, so that I could kind of da because they're starting us like missing so many weeks at a time, just having it their way. Remember, the lady is a sweet, nice lady. So she's telling me how they basically running over her, and I was like, don't let them take your kindness for weakness. All of this, like, we having small talk. Don't let them take your kindness for weakness. She's like, I know, I'm gonna make sure that I slowly cut their shift down, because that's why I'm trying to hire new people, but they keep saying they don't want to, that we don't need new people, that they're going above and beyond to do like little things now, because like they don't want to get fired, even though they're not doing the job fully. They will do like little parts of the job extremely well, just to bypass missing weeks or XYZ, like stuff that has nothing to do with me. So fast forward, it's my first day yesterday, right? So when I come in, I am not new to working in these type of environments, in nursing homes. I have a great connection with the residents, but because I'm younger, a lot of the women, they will feel threatened by their position. I'm gonna be honest. Even though we all do the same job, it's like some mental brain thing where they're like, they feel threatened. And then there's this big Caribbean bullshit with Jamaican women Haitian women, black women, when they're in the house together, they're white women, Spanish women. It's not just black people. There's this thing with home health aides and CNAs, and I'm going to speak on it, that they want to be the top dog bitch in the house. They want to be the top bitch in the house. I don't know what's that about, but it needs to be checked. There needs to be rules on that, because that's very weird to me. All right, so fast forward, I get there. And when I get there, I'm told that this woman, you know, so the lady who gave me the problem when I came in the first day, she showed up for work. And when she showed up for work, she like came in like super nurse. Okay, she came in there like, okay, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do the nails. I'm gonna do nails for the lady. I'm going to do massages for everybody. I'm going to just go above and beyond, right? And that was great. But what she was doing was, like, when I would have a resident, she would come take the resident from me and be like, oh my gosh, you have something on your shirt. Come in, I'm gonna change your shirt, okay? I'm gonna change your shirt. I'm gonna change your shirt, okay? Come with me. And the way she did it, it's like, why didn't you just say, okay, he has a stain on his shirt, and this is how we're gonna take his shirt off. Come with me, let me show you where his clothes is. It's like she came in like, look, he has a stain on his shirt. Yeah, he's eating. He just ate. He had on a bib. The bib is off. Not, oh my God. This is why I don't be working with these goddamn people. That's why I don't be working with these people, bro. These ladies be, they want to prove themselves to me, or to, like, I don't know to who, but I'm not here to, I wasn't there to steal nobody's job, take nobody's job. I don't even like no jobs like that. So it's like, give me, okay, so anyway, just show me what to do, right? So I start to notice that, like, whenever I would ask, okay, so what do you do with this? How do you load up the dishwasher? Oh, well, the dishwasher, that's not your responsibility. You don't have to worry about that. You know, just worry about the patient. Yes, it is my responsibility. I have to learn the ins and outs of the whole house. You know, how does this specific dishwasher work? The owner taught me how the laundry machine works. How does this work? She's giving the medicine to the patients. You know, I'm right there. And I have to, like, look over her shoulder and ask, you know, okay, so what's this? What? Like, there's no training going on. There's me just, like, observing. This is my first day here. I did have experience, but whenever I would ask for help, I was met with some, like, weird response, or like, oh, don't you know this? Oh, you don't need to know this. Oh, and I'm like, okay, I see what you guys are on. So cool. Once I like get that understanding that this how they rocking, I start to do things that I knew for myself. Like, I cleaned up, I started to organize, wipe down counters, just do my own thing, you know, whatever. So fast forward, it's like dinner time, lunchtime, excuse me. When lunch is being served, I'm not called out to say, hey, we're about to do lunch now. So I don't know what a schedule looks like for a shift of the day, because they're just doing things. They're just randomly doing things. And, you know, when I'm asking questions, I'm being told, don't worry your pretty little head. Just go over there and rest. So then I was like, oh, I'm tired. Do you know if we have break? Because I might want to take a little nap. Do you know what time break is? She was like, oh yeah, no, go take a nap now. You can take a nap. While they're with the piano lady, listening to piano playing, go take a nap. I was like, okay. So I went to sit down. I couldn't take a nap. I just didn't feel right, you know? So as I'm sitting waiting for them to be done with the piano, she comes back and she's like, you didn't take a nap yet? Go take a nap. Why you didn't take a nap? And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm good. A few minutes later, I'm doing something else. She comes back like, you didn't take a nap yet? You can go take a nap. I'm like, yo, what is this? She's like, go take a nap. Like she was trying to, instead of teaching me what to do, she want to tell me, go take a nap. Go take a nap. And she keeps encouraging me to go take a nap. And I'm like, ma'am, I came to work. Like, I came to do my job. I'm certified for this. I give medicine. I manage the whole house alone with, you know, I'm just here to learn the ropes here. But the little bit of power that they had, they did not want to the little bit of, like, all they had to do was train me. But they was afraid that I would come in and just take the whole thing. And I didn't even want that. Because I only wanted 2 days. Like, I only had 2 days. I don't be working. Like, I'm trying to I have the certification. So let's get some extra bread. They acting like I came to take the whole schedule. And so, like, this was a 12-hour shift. And at this point, I'm like, I can't go through this all day. So, like, when night came, oh, my gosh. When night came, I was over it. Okay, when the white lady, she kept, like, asking me questions that had nothing to do with her. And when I would ask her the same question, she would respond with something like, oh, well, I'm leaving the same time as you. When do you leave? Or you look tired. You look very tired. And I'm like, I'm not tired. Why do you keep? She's like, it's not too much for you. I'm like, no. She's like, this is where I had it with it. So finally, when I'm, like I said, taking initiative, I'm like, okay. She was like, it's coffee time. And so I then go ahead and get the coffee cups out. And I'm trying to help her. I get the coffee cups out. I get the thing out. I'm like, okay, you want me to make the coffee? She goes, oh, no. I don't want coffee. No, we're not going to do coffee anymore. Mind you, I got the grinder out. I mean, the little thing out. I'm ready. She was like, you don't know how to make coffee? I'm like, no, I just needed you to come show me, like, where the things was. She was like, oh, no, we're not going to do that anymore. I was like, she was like, that's my coffee in there, actually. I brought that coffee. And I was like, oh, is it your coffee for you? She's like, well, let's just say it's for the house. I'm like, what the f are you talking about, ma'am? I'm confused. Do I make this damn coffee or not? Do I make this coffee or not? And so she's like, yeah. So all this little stuff is going on throughout the day. I'm not being taught anything. When I'm doing things, I have to, like, do it alone, or, like, continually be like, okay, well, how do I do this? How do I do this? Where is this? And when I say how do I do, I'm talking about just the specific things that each resident needs. You know, not every person is the same. Not every person has the same illness. Not every person has the same showering. Not every person has the same teeth brushing schedule, you know. So this is my first day, but I feel like I can't ask them nothing. Not only that, but they're picking for a fight with me, picking for like all of my business. How many hours? How long are you gonna be here? Oh, da 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 da. And so when nighttime came, y'all, I'm about to post up some videos on how my night went with these people, and then how at the end I got fired. So I just, you know, I don't know why I'm posting this, but hopefully it helps somebody and they don't get bullied like I was bullied. I'm strong enough to take that kind of stuff, but yo, that's not right.
She's crazy. She's mental.
And that you're beating her and she's saying it in Creole.
Look how long I'm here working. Look how long, huh? And she's just coming not eating a full day.
That's because she wants our job.
Yeah.
Look, they're talking about
That's because
me.
we want her. We're worried. She's taking our
Little
job.
on me, they're talking about me.
We are whole, but she's not gonna let you see our haze. No, she's not gonna let you see our haze.
So I just called
What
my thing
caused-
and she didn't hear anything
What
like you
caused
said.
me
Then
to
you
say
told-
that?
Then you're telling me that there's something going on in
What
here.
caused me to say that?
Please. Please.
What caused me to
Girl,
say
get
that?
over yourself. There's plenty of young girls that work here way younger than you.
What
that are way
caused me
more
to say that?
professional.
I saw them.
I have
They
nothing
probably
to
bowed
say.
down to you, but I'm not
No
gonna
one's
do
bowing
that.
down to us. We didn't ask you to bow down.
Yeah.
She's not. Whatever she says is true. Whatever Nicole told, that's true. That's true.
They're ganging
Okay,
up
go.
on
No,
me
we're not
here,
ganging
and I
up
did
on
not
you.
come
She
to
was
this
blowing
job
bubbles.
to get ganged up
Have
on.
you checked her references? Where you worked? Did you check?
You guys are not gonna
Go
intimidate
outside.
me.
Why are you
It's not
blowing
gonna
bubbles
work.
inside a house?
It's not gonna work.
She's on her way.
Okay? It's not gonna work.
She'll handle you.
Do not try to take my picture, okay? Don't try to take my. Listen, girl, don't play with me. Don't try to take my fucking picture. Don't try to take my fucking picture, okay? I will mad you. Don't try that. Don't try that cloth. And
She's
keep
blowing
on.
bubbles right now on the floor, and I told her the client, our patient.
Don't take my fucking picture for what wet up and see with it at teeth. Don't take a picture.
Don't take a picture of me.
Don't take my fucking picture. Don't take my picture.
Why you in my
Don't-
face, love?
Don't take my picture. Don't
Back
take
out of
my
my
picture.
face, love.
Really don't take my picture, okay?
Back up. Back
Don't-
up, love.
listen.
That's
One of us is going, and it ain't gonna be me. I'll bet you one of you that won't be. Look at her.
Not you. Not you, Nicole. Not you. Not you, honey. Not you, baby. Not you. I said we are whole. Girl, you're not gonna live to reach our age. No way. How the fuck about we are
Now you drag your life. Now you drag your life. Leave her alone. She's looking at you get something.
Alright, y'all, I'm gonna do this story time real quick because I'm about to go. So basically, why I got fired from my job is, let me give y'all a little backstory. I am a senior in high school. I'm still a kid. I go to school. I work from 3 to 11. I still have to wake up and go to school the next morning. I'm supposed to be part-time. I'm supposed to only work 2 days a week. I work like 38 plus hours a week. There's this one time I worked 50 hours in a week because my manager, my DON, asked me to come in all the freaking time. Like, it's not even funny. Like, oh, can you pick up this day? Can you pick up that day? I'm like, okay. Anytime this bitch asks me to pick up, I come in. No problem. Okay, I'm gonna come in. For me, really, I just want the money. Not really for you, but I help out anyway. So, she like, okay, mind you, this happened on a Wednesday. I just picked up for her on Tuesday, the day before. I text her Wednesday morning asking her if I could get these days off next month. Mind you, she doesn't even have the schedule made yet. If I could get these days off next month because I have college visits and stuff next month. I am a senior in high school. I have stuff to do towards the end of the year. This motherfucker got the nerve to tell me no. No, after I come in and slave for you every single freaking day on my day off when I don't want to come in, when I'm in my bed rubbing my feet together, I still come in and pick up for you. Like, my thing is, I don't understand why anytime I ask to pick up, it's a problem, but you're quick to ask me to pick up for you. Like, it came to the point where I'm sitting in the break room and this one girl gonna come up to me asking if I could pick up for her on Saturday. I'm like, oh no, I'm already working that day. She was like, oh, are you sure? Because the DON asked me to ask you, told me to ask you if you could pick up. Oh, so you just think I'm pick up queen. Bitch, I ain't pick up queen, but look, see, I done came too important at this job. I don't know what the fucking problem is. So after that bitch told me no, she can't give me the days off, I responded and said, my life does not revolve around this job. I'm not coming in those days that I requested off, and I'm not coming in today because I just picked up for you yesterday. I'm making up for my day off. She responded back and didn't even respond to my whole text. My whole text consisted of, my day does not revolve around this job. I am still in school. After working hard from 3 to 11, I have to wake up at 5 a.m. For school the next day and come straight to work. I be tired and all of this stuff. The only thing this bitch got the nerve to respond and say, if you don't come in today, you're gonna be terminated. Okay, bitch, and I blocked her. So, I don't give a fuck. Terminate me. I don't care. The thing is, she and her coworkers and everybody talk to me like I'm stupid, talk to me like I need this job. I do not need this freaking job. My family is very well off. I don't care. I will say it. My family is very well off. I do not need this job. My dad is a real estate agent. My stepmom is a doctor. My aunt, my grandma, they're all nurses. My mom owns a home health care agency. I don't need to work, but I'm choosing to work. I'm choosing to work because I'm going to college. I'm going to nursing school next year. I'm choosing to work, or not even next year, this year. So yeah, that's basically how I got fired. I blocked her. She called me on the work phone 4 days later, which was yesterday or 2 days ago, or whatever, saying, I'm just calling to inform you that you've been terminated. Okay, bitch, bye. I know. You already told me that. You told me that. So yeah, that's how I got fired. I really don't give a fuck. I'll have another job by tomorrow if I really wanted to. But no, I'm about to become a full-time content creator. I don't give a fuck, y'all. Go subscribe to my YouTube. I just posted a video last night, okay?
Let me tell y'all how I lost my first goddamn respiratory job. So, before I point out these heifers, let me let y'all know. I got hired at a hospital that had a main campus and an urgent care / emergency room. So I trained at the main campus for a month. They had a respiratory department, so I was used to sitting with respiratory. They didn't do no bed making, none of that. So 6:45, I clocked in. I met this charge RN, that bitch. I met this ER tech. She was a RN. She was a RN. So, and I met with the respiratory therapist that was there for the day, who was a travel therapist, making travel pay. She's telling me my job description, and she mentioned make beds. Make beds. I didn't go to school to make beds. Don't ask me to make no beds. I'm not doing no bed making, none of that. So this heifer right here is listening to my conversation, hearing me say I'm not making no beds. Y'all can't get me to make no beds. That's not my job. She also heard when I said it was a boring facility. It was not a facility for new grads. I needed to be where I could have used my experience. Where I could have used my skills. So my supervisor normally rolls in at like 10, 11. She needed to be fired. Because the schedule says 6 to 2. If I could remember right. You sound like you still in time. So I clocked in at 6:45. Between 6:45 and the time I got fired, 2 patients came in. 97-year-old ladies came in for dehydration. So once they was discharged, it was her job. Who's watching Duck Dynasty? If y'all could have zoomed in. She's watching Duck Dynasty. It was her job to go wipe down and make beds. She did not move. The therapist I was with got up. Now, I ain't even gonna cap. I did go and wipe one bed down. I ain't make no bed, but I wiped it down and the other therapist made the bed. She called my supervisor, and my supervisor called the therapist I was with to confirm the things that I was saying. My supervisor didn't roll in at 11 something. My supervisor always had to go to the main campus. But she came meet me that day to talk to me and ask me all what I was saying. Said what she said, I said what I actually did say. No lie. She said the truth. She said everything I said. So she was like, we went back and forth for 20 minutes. And she was like, a lot of therapists want to come here. Why you didn't put the old therapist here? Why you didn't put the therapist that wanted to come here? You hired me for it. And I'm not fit for this facility. So then she started saying, what you want to do, LaAvis? I was like, well, whatever you want to do, Shannon. I was like, I could go home until you figure it out, or I could go back to main campus. She was like, well, just go back, sit with them until I figure it out. I said, no, I'm not. I would not like to sit with them. She was like, why? I was like, because now you're trying to create a hostile work environment. She told me to go home. She grabbed my badge in front of these girls, y'all. So I gave her my badge. I called HR to see if I was fired. They said, yes, you are indeed fired. She also called another hospital and told them not to hire me because I have behavior issues. That's the same thing that my separation termination letter said and everything. So now at the hospital I'm at now, we normally run blood gases at their facility if our blood gas machine is down. She told my supervisor, I heard you hired Avis. He was like, yep, that is my best hire so far. Behavior issues where?
Alright, story time about how I got fired from 2 jobs as a nurse within 3 months. Okay, so let me give y'all a little backstory. So I am a Navy veteran. I was a hospital corpsman in the Navy, which for those of you who don't really know what a hospital corpsman is, that is a military medic. I was a military medic in the Navy for 7.5, almost 8 years, right? I got out of the Navy in May of 2024. And before I got out of the Navy, I had a job secured. I was going to take the NCLEX in June. I took the NCLEX in June. I passed. And I started a job at my local emergency room, a new nurse program, immediately in July. So everything was secured. All I had to do was pass the NCLEX. So a little side story time about that job. It was just terrible. I worked in the emergency room. It was in the hood, which it was the hospital that I grew up going to. So I was with it. I'm like, yeah, I want to work there. You know, that will be a good place for me. This hospital that I grew up going to, and it was the emergency room. I'm familiar with the emergency room. Okay, whatever. It was a horrible experience, honestly. It was a horrible experience. I stayed there for 2 months, but after that, I quit. Okay, so once I quit, I was like, well, the 12-hour shift thing was not working for me, and so I decided to be a stay-at-home mom for a while. I have 2 toddlers, a 4-year-old now and a 2-year-old now, so I was in a position that I was able to stay at home with them for a while, but I did want to be a nurse. So for a while, I just chilled, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and then eventually, once a little bit after the new year, I decided to start looking for jobs again. And I was like, I'm gonna work a 9 to 5 because I can't do this 12-hour shifts with 2 kids, 2 toddlers who are not school age yet. Like, it was a lot for me. So after a long time of looking, I would talk to recruiters all the time, and they would tell me, we would love to hire you, we would love to pick you, but you don't have enough experience. And that became my life, constantly applying for jobs and constantly being told that I didn't have enough experience to work anything other than inpatient, basically. And so finally, February came around, I believe February 2025, I finally got hired. It was a hospice agency, and it's a new agency in the area. They were just opening up this building or this site in this place, basically in Connecticut. So it was just me and one other nurse, and I made it very clear, I don't have a lot of experience. All of my experience is not as a nurse. I have the 2 months that I was at the other hospital, but most of my experience came from being a military medic. And she was like, it's fine, it's cool, I've trained people to be hospice nurses. This is what I want to do for you. I want to train you to be a hospice nurse. So I'm like, bet, perfect, great, awesome. The hours were great, 9 to 5, on call on the weekends sometimes, but doable, very manageable, and the money, a-okay. Okay, so I get there, and it's just me and her. We're the only nurses. So basically she had to always do call because I couldn't do call until I was 6 months in, and we weren't really getting a lot of patients as a new hospice company. That's a whole nother side story. But eventually another person comes down, higher up than her, and comes, and me and her go see a patient together. And when I get back, she's talking to my manager, and then they call me in the office, and they're like, well, where basically you didn't do anything wrong, but we need someone who's going to be able to help us soon, and it's going to take you a long time to be in a position to take patients by yourself. And this is after 2 months. So I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, I changed my whole life, my kids' life, everything, to be able to work this job. And I came in honest and upfront about my experience and my abilities, and you told me it was fine, and now we're sitting here and you're saying that I didn't do anything wrong, but I don't have enough experience. Like, how unfair is that? But you know, the decision was made. Just a side note, like, Connecticut is one of those states where they can just fire you for no reason. Like, they don't ever have to have a reason. Even after the probationary period, like, it doesn't matter. They can just fire you. So I got fired, and that was the end of that. And then the next day I was online looking for new job opportunities. I was like, let me just get back at it, because I already put my kids in daycare, which was a very expensive cost, and my son was doing really well there, so I didn't want to transition him again. He's been through a lot of transitions with me being active for, you know, majority of his life at this point. So I found a job on Indeed. I applied immediately. Cardiology clinic. It was perfect hours, not too far from the daycare that I had already put my kids in. So I was like, okay, great opportunity, let me apply. I applied, and immediately, like same day, they messaged me back. They're like, we would love to interview you. Okay, bet, great. The next day, which happened to be a Friday, they set up the interview. I went for the interview. The interview went great. I was very upfront and honest again about my experience and, you know, my background, my medical background, and all the things that I've done so far and while I was active and all these things. And she offered me the job immediately, right away. She offered me the job. So I started the job on Monday, the following Monday. So that first week, I was just orientating, you know, getting to know the place, da-da-da-da-da. The next Monday comes, and it just so happens to be April 1st, April Fool's Day. And I go in, and the supervisor's like, I need to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, what's up? Like, you know, whole time this woman is telling me that she is firing me. Yet again, I'm coming in to learn that I'm being fired. And I was pretty distraught. Like, what? And again, literally word for word, she said, you did not do anything wrong, but we need someone who can help us now. And I'm like, ma'am, if I am doing something wrong, you need to tell me right now, because this is the second time that this has happened to me, where I'm being told that I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm getting fired. Like, this is my life. This is my livelihood. This is the job that I want to do. I want to be a nurse. So tell me what it is that I'm doing wrong. She said, you are not doing anything wrong. You did not do anything wrong. You just don't have enough experience, and we need someone who's going to be able to help us sooner. And I'm like, why didn't you think about that before you hired me? Yet again. So flash forward to now, I'm on my way to orientation at a new job at another hospital. It is an inpatient clinic, an inpatient unit. It's pre and post transplant unit / med-surg unit for patients who need or have had liver or kidney transplant. So this is me making an effort again. So now I'm back to going to doing 12-hour shifts. I hired a nanny. I kept my kids in the daycare that they're in. But all of this is just to say that it is very, very difficult when you're starting off as a new nurse. And disclaimer, side note, sidebar, whatever, I am in Connecticut, so I don't know if other places is different, but the program that I'm gonna do now is a new nurse program. And I feel like as a new nurse, it is very hard to get a job in a clinic or any other unit that's not inpatient if you don't have experience. Like, this has been such a roller coaster for me, and I hope that this job works out for me, because if it doesn't, I'm not trying again. Like, this is the end all be all. This is what I have for this, because I can't keep switching up my whole life for a job. And so if this doesn't work out for me,
I will be making cake pops full time until my kids are both school age, because who has time for that? But I can tell y'all more about my experiences like this if you guys want to hear about it. And I think I actually have to go in soon. So, okay, later. Bye.
Story in there where this young lady basically got fired on her first day, and it was like two adults who were basically ganging up on her because I'm assuming because she's younger and she's coming on the job, you know, like they're stuck in their ways. They don't want to get fired. They don't want a younger person coming and take their positions or whatever, and or they don't want people to come in and steal their hours. And I've worked with people like this, like older people, especially like islanders. I'm not sure why, but they have this thing where they're like, so even though they don't want to do their job, and they do their job like very carelessly, and also they don't really care for the patients as much as they should, you know, but they're there at the job and they don't want to leave because they're stuck in their ways. They get their ways, they do whatever they want at the job. They can come in whenever they want, they can just however they want. But when they see a younger person who come on the job and they're doing the same job and they're getting probably a little bit more money than them, because for one, they've been there since the building opened, you know, they never leave, and they're stuck in the same pay, you know, and or just a little bit over, just, you know, they got a raise or something, but it's nothing more. But the market have changed and they started paying people more, and God forbid they just so happen to find out how much you make, right, more than them, even though you guys are doing the same job. Because I work with ladies like that, like older ladies especially, and not to say anything about Jamaicans, but I do notice that in the medical field, especially as a CNA, Jamaican people will throw you under the bus for nothing. I've worked with Jamaicans. My mom lost her job. She had this cute little patient that she was with. She was doing like a home care. That patient loved her so much. And then her family, her sister had died in Haiti. So she ended up telling this one lady who, because they shared the case, right? So the lady had just come on the case. My mom had the case forever. And the patient loved her. The family loved my mom. And then my mom ended up telling the lady, hey, I'm going to my sister's funeral for a few days. If you want those extra shifts, you know, you can work them while I'm gone. Did you know that my mom came back and the lady basically got into that man's head and basically kicked my mom out of the whole case, even though my mom had the case for like 6 years? She basically made up a bunch of lies, and also she basically threw her under the bus and took the whole case. And it's crazy because 3 months before the old man died, he begged his daughter, because, you know, once you are a certain age, your family has to take over like your finance and be your PA, like your, PA, power of attorney. He basically begged his family, even though he had dementia and everything, he begged his family to bring my mom back on the case. And he ended up giving my mom a whole lot of stuff after he passed away because he loved her so much. I mean, to the point where we would go to his house and he would remember our name. And this man had dementia. That's how he loved her. And that's how he's been in the family for such a long time. But that lady tried to get my mom out of the job because she wanted the whole case for herself, because she noticed how nice her check was when she had, you know, when she got to do all the work and everything. She really, literally was trying to take my mom out of the job. Like, I was like, lady, she got you the job, first of all. And then she gave you all these extra hours that you could use in the meantime. Doesn't mean you have to take up her job, but this is not the only thing. I've worked in nursing homes for a really long time, and I'm so glad I'm out of there right now. But I have seen it. I have to say though, I never noticed that amongst like Spanish people. What they'll do though, they will get their friends on the job and they will try to get all the hours to themselves and their friends. I noticed that, but they're not going to try to kick you out of your job. They're not going to do that. And they don't care if you only have 1 day to work. They're not going to try to kick you out of your job. But I have seen it. I haven't seen it amongst Haitians, but Haitians will talk shit about you while you're not there. They will talk to you while you're there, and they complain to you. They will tell you all these people who are double diapering people. First of all, you're not supposed to be doing that. Double diapering patients and da-da-da. But as soon as you're not there, they will be talking crap about you to the next person. So anyways, let's get into the story. I know I've been like rambling. Anyways, well, talk to you. Let me know what you think about this story. And also, if you're a CNA, let me know if you have any horror experience working in a nursing home, and or just working with older people, the older population, period, because that could be really hard. It can be really draining on someone if it's not something that you're used to, and if you're just someone who has so much empathy, you know, you're going to be sad all the time. You have to kind of put a wall between it, because at the end of the day, it is a job. You can't take the pain home with you, because if you do, you're going to always feel heavy, because there's always a lot going on. You know, you see the people and then they ended up passing away in the same place. You know, you meet them when they first come, they were able to walk, and all of a sudden they're like bedbound, and it's just so sad overall. It really is. And honestly, if I can say anything to anyone, I wouldn't put my family member in a nursing home. I wouldn't. Yes, my dad was in a nursing home. It's because we couldn't take care of him. By the time we were able to take care of him, situation was already way too bad, and we couldn't bring him home, you know. But I highly would not recommend it at all. If you have a family member, if you can take care of them at home or hire a private aide to come to the house and take care of them, I would do that. Not because I have seen abuse from people that I work with, because they don't do that, but doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's like something that does happen, and if you care for your loved one and you love them, I wouldn't put them in a nursing home, honestly. And that is the reason why it's not like a big thing in Haitian communities, because we prefer to take care of our family. We think we can do a better job taking care of a family than a stranger can, which is true, because that stranger has no tie to that person. That stranger don't know what the person is used to, especially when they have dementia. They go back to their old self, their child self. Like, they go back to, you know, if they used to speak a certain language, they'll go back to speaking that language and basically forget English. Like, so Haitian population, like the Haitian older people, they would basically only speak Creole when they're in a nursing home. So even though they used to know a word or two in English, they can only speak Creole because the dementia. Although a lot of Haitians don't really have dementia like that, I have to say that a lot of Haitian people do not have dementia. It's very, very rare that you'll find a little Haitian lady who has dementia, because they be like 103. Walking around, going to the thing to go get water, going shopping and driving by themselves. I'm telling you, it's serious. Yeah. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section, and I will be there to comment with you. Say we're going to touch up some stuff on this book. So in this book is called Spell of Abundance, Love, Wealth, and Protection. So in this book, on the first page, actually, I have a glamour affirmation that you will basically say, you stand in front of the mirror and you stare at yourself and you admire yourself, and you will say to yourself how beautiful you are. You'll basically seal this your beauty, like your glam, after you've done your makeup, or even stand in front of the mirror naked with nothing on, so you can really reaffirm yourself of your beauty, of your confidence, and all that. This book is mainly for like self-confidence and self-elevation, you know, calling the goddess in you, calling the divinity in you, you know, calling the beauty in you. And also work with the moon, because the moon represents the woman, the mother, womb, water, all of this. So yeah, I have all the steps in here of all the spells that you need to do. It even has one to get rid of unwanted guests. It's pretty funny. To get rid of unwanted guests. And this book right here, right? So I'm gonna run down real quick of all the materials that you're going to need. You will need a brand new broom. It has to be brand new. And you'll need a piece of parchment paper, a black pen, a black trash bag, because we're going to get rid of this sucker, right? And of course your intentions. And also I have spells on here that you can say. I have daily affirmations. And also I have spells on here that you can do every single day to work with the energy of the planets of the day, and also the archangels that work with the day. So anyways, there's so many spells. There's a 7-day manifestation spell with archangels. And let's see. A 30-day money spell with bay leaves and the Fihu sign, which is a money sign. It's like an F with that extra part. Anyways, the symbol's there, and I even show you like what you need to do, what the sigil look like, all that. And the keys to enhance your spell. So there are different things on here on how to enhance your spell, and basically grow your finance, grow your love, self-love, self-admiration, chance to say to yourself to give you that extra energy to go about your day. And also tips to enhance your spell. Oh, I already said this. And morning coffee abundance prosperity spell. You guys remember I just shared a video about morning coffee and how important it is when it comes to hoodoo, and how you can basically use your first cup of coffee in the morning to manifest a better life or a better day, or to bring forth money to you. So don't let, you know, you're already doing these things anyway, so you might as well just incorporate something a little bit extra to basically boost your thing. And here's a to influence your boss spell. So this one, I'm sure people who are actually working are going to love this. It's to influence your boss and attract favors towards you at work. Because look, in this economy, we're all working and we need some boost at work, and we also sometimes need to be tied to our job, so therefore you don't get fired. You know what I mean? So there's some stuff that you could do to basically tie yourself to your job, and or tie the job to you. And once you're done and you're all tired of that job, you can get rid of it. It's not something that's completely permanent, but use magic, guys. It's here for you to use. You have the herbs in your closet, you have the herbs in your pantry, you have the candles that you could just simply buy some candles super cheap. Use magic to elevate your life. Use magic to make yourself better. Let me tell you, Jesus was out here using magic, okay? Walking on water and stuff and turning water into wine. Sounds like magic.